We're going to watch Chad yell at corn. So you guys hit the like button. I got a couple of small Chad clips first.
Okay.
And then we'll go to the corn thing. We kind of got a fun Chad day for you here.
Yay.
Uh-oh. A clip got taken down.
What? Was it off of his channel?
No, it was Zen. I think it was Zen. Zen Rhino sent me a clip of... Oh, you know why? Because the episode's gone.
Oh.
They private their episodes and they put them up on Patreon. So they kind of... What MLC has started doing is they've realized they could double dip.
Oh, so they
could go live and make super chats, but then delete it after the live stream and put it up on their Patreon that people pay $5 a month for.
Yeah, but... Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad deal until...
I mean, it's actually, Johnny, it's pretty smart. It's a way that you can get some extra shekels.
I mean... You'd only be doing that if you're like a cheap show. It's really grubbing for money, though. I
mean, does that mean Kevin practicing Talmudic tricks on MLC? Is there a little Talmudism going on over on Misery Loves Company? I mean, we could do the live streams, and that would make us the $100 I don't get from Cumia every week, and then I could just put it behind a paywall after.
I mean, sure, the super chats are only a couple $100, but why leave money on the table?
Oh, man. Bumbaclo calling him Kevbar. Uh-oh, you don't want to be Kevbar. $4.99 from 612 Motorsports says, just got married in Vegas, had a blast at the comedy show. Well, I'm glad you did, and April and I can attest, Las Vegas is a beautiful city to get married in. It was a lot of fun. Where'd you get married? April and I got married at the Juno Gardens at Caesar's Palace.
At least this time.
Fuck off, man.
I'm telling you, they're the ones writing the stories. I'm just reading them.
You're an innocent man.
Mm-hmm.
You're an innocent man.
Well, not entirely innocent. I'm always like, hey, guys, this is some really good How to Murder Your Husband fanfic.
Yes.
Send it to April. I've been feeding her.
I want to know where 612 got married. Did he go to a chapel or did he get like one of the big courtyard things at one of the resorts?
They were ordained by the random garbage meat man on the street.
All right, Johnny, I have a walk down memory lane. This was a story
with brisket juice.
This was a story 10 years ago.
Okay.
This is a DUI arrest.
Oh.
In Cleveland, Ohio, about 10 years ago. We're going to watch this. Then we're going to watch Corndiff.
Cleveland, Ohio. Makes sense to get a DUI. Drinking's about all you can do.
Here you go.
Also new tonight at 6 o'clock, Cleveland's WMMS radio personality and comedian Chad Zumock was arrested.
Oh, even the local news. Even the local news is going, who the fuck is this third mic on a shitty afternoon talk show?
Local radio personality and comedian. Do we have to say that? Yeah.
By the way, I performed. I didn't know it, but I performed right after Chad got fired with his replacement, who's a very funny comedian named Bill Squire.
Uh-oh.
And Bill Squire was telling me all about how he's been guest hosting on this radio show, and it was the Alan Cox show. And he was talking about how great it's been going. We were talking about radio because I was a radio guy, and I just started out doing stand-up. And he was talking about how big of a fuck-up the guy before was, and how he was just starting, and he's probably going to get it full-time. And I don't know if he's still working on that show, but he worked on it for years. And I'm guessing made more money than Chad, did better than Chad. That can't help Chad's anger either.
No.
Is that, like, Bill Squire ended up actually having a career, whereas Chad is in a comedy condo at 50 talking to an ear of corn.
I feel like if you're Chad, man, you're taking the wrong lesson. This is where, look at the power you have. You made someone's career.
Right.
By tanking your own.
If it weren't for you being a self-sabotaging lunatic, Bill Squire would have never been able to have a family. I mean, you never will, but he did. And that's
But I mean, was it in the cards for you anyway?
Right. You were going to be a fat, schlubby virgin no matter what happened, so why not let Bill Squire have the paycheck? Makes more sense. All right, let's trip down memory lane, then we go to the corn.
Personality and comedian Chad Zumock was arrested this morning, charged with driving under the influence.
Chad, not going to be working here anymore.
Chad Zumock.
Driving under the influence. Officers say the 37-year-old was driving on Lake Avenue in Lakewood when he went off the road and hit a tree. It happened early this morning.
Fell asleep.
You know what Chad's pathetic attempt at explaining this away was on one of his podcasts?
What's that?
Oh, yeah, I was at a red light. I was really drunk, and I just kind of fell asleep, and then I rolled into a tree.
Oh wait, shit!
No, he didn't say he was drunk. I'm sorry. He said I had a couple drinks, but I was really tired from being up so late, and I fell asleep at a red light and I rolled into a tree. You were fucked up, you passed out, and you hit a tree. Knock it off. Be a man. Admit your bullshit. That's why you never grow, Chad. Because you never admit your bullshit and become a better person. That's why you talk like a 19-year-old. That's why you peaked in high school, is because you never learned a lesson and then carried on with your life with that lesson in tow.
But I'm going to take a weird side. I'm a back up Chad on this story. I mean, this is the only time this happened, right? He's never done anything else under the influence or anything else uncouth happen.
He may have had some stalking charges and also some stolen credit cards. So he may just be a creep in general.
Yeah, I'm going to go back on the other side of the fence. I think this guy's a piece of shit. He's a real jerk.
Morning. He was not injured.
Now, there are plenty of tards out there living really kick-ass lives. You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded.
And refused to take a breathalyzer test. Along with OVI, Zumock was...
Because that's what you do when you're sober and you just fell asleep, is you refuse to take a breathalyzer test.
Well, it's only going to make me look guilty, so
yeah.
It's detrimental in my case.
It's devastating to my case, Your Honor.
Along with OVI, Zumock was also charged with failure to control and a seatbelt violation. He is currently out on bail.
Oh, yeah, wasn't wearing his seatbelt either. You know, he was just really tired and just fell asleep in his car.
It's really hard to get it over that gut.
Well, I mean, that is true. You try to pull it over and stretch it out like that.
Look, the automotive manufacturers of America don't make a belt strong enough to hold in this gunt, all right?
Hey, what's this welded with? Steel? Well, check the rivets or something. Let's check out, oh, by the way, this has to hurt. So Kevin he left his live stream up.
Yeah.
Of Misery Loves Company talking about the Anthony Cumia fight. And it has 7.2 thousand views.
Okay.
Steel Toe reacting to the Anthony Kevin drama.
Yeah.
7.6 thousand views.
Oh.
Us talking about it has more views than them actually doing it. Oh, it feels good. Give it about a month. Hit that subscribe button. We'll pass him up in about a month.
The only way it would bother Kevin is if he's a numbers person. But I mean, why would you be obsessed with numbers? It's just math.
It was only $100 a week. What was I supposed to do? Go in there kvetching all the time? No, now you can sit at home and kvetch. It's great.
I am a simple man. I have bills I must pay.
Yeah. All right, enough of the nonsense. We promised you guys something we have to deliver. I have to bring up my timestamps here.
Okay.
Because I do have timestamps on this. Corndiff Propane, who is... This Dabbleverse, by the way, is out of control. You had a guy as a potato, Cardiff Electric, and now he's bred a bunch of spin-offs, including Corndiff Propane. He has 49 subscribers. His channel's name is Corndiff. Go and subscribe. All of that good shit. And watch with us this interview that Corndiff did with Chad, because it is
beautiful.
It's so good. And you have not seen this yet?
No.
I'm going to watch the first couple of minutes here. And then after that, we're going to start jumping ahead about halfway through to when Chad really starts yelling at the ear of corn. Now, this whole interview, you can tell it's Chad being angry with his lack of career and everybody trolling him on the internet and piling on and bullying him. And he's decided to project that all towards an animated chunk of corn.
Who, by the way, did not instigate anything.
No.
Just fucking there.
It's a good boy. He just wanted to talk to Chad Zumock about what a fucking lunatic he is.
Just wanted to talk his ear off.
See what you did there.
Yeah. Hey, do you think if he cuts the top off of that, he could be Vincent Van Gogh?
And you know what the worst part is? The worst part about the whole thing is when Chad left, he was just a simple husk of himself.
Oh, no.
All right, let's...
He walked away going, oh, shucks.
All right, so here comes Corndiff.
He's a comedian and self-proclaimed mud shark.
Which, of course, means he has sexual intercourse with black men, but that's fine.
Wait a minute. Does Chad really say he's a self-proclaimed mud shark?
Yeah, he calls himself a mud shark because he plays in the mud. That's what he's decided to call, like when he yells and screams and throws a fit. He says, "No, I'm playing in the mud. I'm a mud shark," because it sounds better than having a mental breakdown. So,
co-host.
Actually, if he maybe took some black dick, he might be happier.
I mean, it's at this point anything would work.
I think so.
Host / paid guest of the MLC podcast with the one and only brother of Neil Brennan. If you
Okay, Cardiff.
Beautiful.
Wonderful start. Wonderful start.
Not Cardiff.
dabble
did I say
in
Cardiff?
cringe, you probably already know who I'm speaking of.
If you dabble in cringe, you probably know who I'm speaking of.
Mr. Chad Zumock. Hello and welcome to the show, sir.
All right, that
Florida's
is...
greatest comedian. Really?
Now, I have to tell you guys something. In StreamYard, you write what you want to be called. And
So
he
that was
actually
his
wrote
choice.
Florida's greatest comedian, which might be the funniest thing he's ever done.
I mean, do you actually perform comedy or do you like host an open mic? Like,
Oh, and by the way, the senior citizens retirement home bedroom he's in is a comedy condo. So he shares that with the other comics that are performing that weekend at the club. And it's dirty and there's cum and they leave shit everywhere. And it's just disgusting. It's what guys who just start headlining do is they have to do the condo thing. Mm-hmm. Chad's 50 and he's going to address that here in
is he
in this
headlining?
interview. I think he was in headlining, but they asked him how the show drew, and he got really defensive. So I'm thinking, it's a comedy club above us. It's a comedy club above a steakhouse.
Oh, okay.
Is where he was performing. It's not a classy joint like a banquet room in a bowling alley like we were at.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have sweet stuff like music coming on in the middle of your set.
Exactly.
God bless you so much. Thank you for having me.
God, get a better mic.
How are you today?
I'm fine. Cool. I'm just on the road. I'm doing my shows. And let's I love that I'm controversial. I love that. I think
So
it's-
already we're starting off defensive with the corn.
I love that I'm controversial. I love that. And you can hear the hate in my voice. I love it.
because I do nothing to nobody at any time. All I do
I just threatened to fuck their wife. All right?
Unless they're an elderly man at a gym and they have a wallet with them. That was that man's only crime.
Unless they're a lady with an email, I got some shit for you.
Unless I can stalk the shit out of you.
is my job, and I call out bullshit. That's all I do.
Yeah. You know, like 17-year-old girls do.
I call out bullshit. That's all I do. It's why I'm not allowed to have any mirrors in my house or I'd never leave.
You're pretty good at stirring the pot, though, wouldn't you say?
Well, because I don't go along with the narrative. The narrative.
The narrative is that you suck. That's the only narrative. There's no clandestine agreement between these 6 people. We just all look at you and observe and go, that's clearly what that guy is.
I don't go along with the narrative. Oh, so you like to ignore reality.
Yeah, you shouldn't go along with the narrative, Chad. The narrative is you're a worthless hack who's only good for being shit on. If you agreed with that, you would have on New Year's Eve. So it's good that you don't go along with the narrative. It's just funny to watch you not go along with a narrative that is so oppressively true. That's where the fun part in making fun of you comes from. Now yell at the corn, stupid.
Is a certain way in who you cling on to, and I call out the bullshit, and now I'm the enemy. Why? Because I'm not going along with the narrative. That's why I'm the enemy. That's why I'm the enemy.
You're not the enemy. You're a lol cow. You're just a goof.
Yeah,
That's
the,
all.
the enemy. I think you're starting to vastly overassess your own worth here, man. We're just laughing at you.
Yeah, that's the funny part about Chad. He's like, what am I, the enemy? What are we, mud sharking? What are we going for? No, we find you hilarious for all the wrong reasons, and we're making fun of you. Like, that's as far as this goes. I'm sorry, Roose Bolton. There's not a deeper game at play here. I apologize.
I really want him to come around a corner like a Bond villain stroking a cat, just be like, no, I expect you to die. And then Bond goes, oh, wait, who are you?
Yeah, I don't know who you are.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take it.
It's the times we live in, I suppose.
Yeah, Corndiff is probably sitting there going, dude, what the fuck? I just asked how you were doing.
Yeah. I don't go along with the narrative. We are really not that far in yet.
Sir, this is a cornfield.
How was the audience at Gregory's Comedy Club last night?
It was fine. I've been doing this for 20 years.
Somebody
It was fine.
Somebody didn't draw well.
It was fine. I've been doing this for 20 years. Let me tell you, when you have a bomb-ass, amazing comedy show, the first thing you do when someone asks you about, whatever, it was good. Just move on.
Ask me how our show last weekend did.
How did our show last weekend do?
Actually, really well. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we have any footage of it or anything? I don't remember anything.
Yeah,
I blacked out.
You gave me. It's all recorded here. It's a full house. It was a lot of fun. Now ask me. I'm gonna have a really shitty show that didn't draw anyone. Ask me how we did.
Adrian, how'd your show go?
See, that was unfair. You know what? I wasn't ready. Take 2. Try again. All right.
How did your show go?
It was fine. It was fine. I've been doing this for 25 years. It was great. It's fine.
So it's like, a lot of people. Any open seats?
5.
5 people or 5 open seats?
It was fine. I've been doing this for 20 years. Every hater out there saying all this bullshit about me, I'm in the game, son. I've been doing it for 20 years.
Wait. You've been in the game for 20 years? This is as far as you got? I've been in the game for 4, and I'm about to eclipse you.
Chad, he just asked you how your show was going.
Look, it was fine. Do I have a small dick? Yeah, but she was happy. I gave her cab fare.
Point. Has been, never was, all this bullshit. I'm still filing taxes. 1099's out the asshole. I've done more.
So you haven't incorporated yet? You're a fucking stand-up comic for 20 years. You're not making enough money to incorporate, so you don't have to pay 40% self-employment taxes, you fucking idiot. You're 50, Chad. I shouldn't have to hold your hand.
Wow, color me shocked. The guy who's bad at comedy also sucks at business.
Guy who steals credit cards doesn't get the value of $1. Interesting.
Gigs than Chrissie Mayer and Gino Bisconte, but combined. I am fucking killing it. I will always kill it. Yeah. You guys get in line. You're going to come around.
Can you show me the rent deed or the house deed that you live in with your name on it? Could you go ahead and show me that? Like the property owner's name with your name. Could you do that?
Authorities.
People who are killing it, they tend to show us what property they own. I just like to see.
I just assumed when he said he was killing it and talking about it in such a positive financial way that he maybe did off with somebody and made away with their credit cards. Authorities may want to look at.
Eventually,
I'm killing it. Yes, the fun in the room. You are killing it.
The mood. Yes, you're killing the mood.
Yeah,
it is gone.
You will become a fan of me.
There you have it.
And if
There
you
you
don't become a fan of me, then you ain't black. Went a little Biden there, Chad.
He's yelling already at the fucking Eric Court.
So I wasn't speaking so much on the haters side, but it
So Corndiff's like, I just asked you how your show was, but
I feel like you're coming out here a little buttered and salted right at me. Just
and I thought I was supposed to be the salty one. No, Chad. Yeah, I want you to remember another thing while Chad yells at this ear of corn. Chad doesn't care about any of it.
Oh,
he doesn't care.
It was a good crowd, I'm assuming. I've actually never been to a comedy club.
All right. Fair enough. That's fine.
Why are you yelling at the corn?
Why are you laughing? You realize
he's a psycho.
That's like your psychosis.
All right. And you're there again tonight, I think, right?
Yes.
At Cocoa Beach.
Cocoa Beach.
Yeah,
way to keep this thing going.
Man, I'm trying. So is
You're
there
not.
anything topic-wise that you consider off limits?
No.
Okay, all right.
This is all nonsense. It's all bullshit. I'm talking to corn. I'm talking to a guy who's dressed up as corn. Who gives a fuck?
Well, and stop yelling at him if you understand how silly this all is. Maybe have some fun with the corn guy.
I'm talking as a guy who's dressed up as corn. Oh, so you're saying you turned down all those other offers until you ended with this one?
Yeah,
Or
Chad,
is this all you had?
Chad, how about this? You're 50 years old in the stand-up comedy business for 20 years. You're talking to an ear of corn, and he's the one slumming it. That's rough.
It's going great, man. I'm doing awesome. But talking to an ear of corn. Wow, make it really sound like you had other options.
Yeah, exactly. I turned down 60 Minutes because I believed in this.
It's the internet. It's the Wild West. It doesn't matter. You're not going to control my life. You're not going to change the narrative. I'll continue to do what
You're right. This is the Wild West. I'm Doc Holliday, and you're Johnny Tyler.
I'll be a huckleberry.
Yeah. Chad Zumock, the madcap. Where you going with that karaoke microphone?
We got a game we never got to finish.
Yeah. I'm sitting here talking to Kevin Brennan, yelling back and forth at him, and then I go, oh, I'm sorry, Chad Zumock. I forgot you were there. You can go now. Leave that shotgun. Leave that karaoke microphone and iPod headphones.
I do. When I log off, you're out of my life. All of you fucks. I think you guys think because you live on Reddit, you live on Twitter, it's what it is. It's not real life. Nate Bargatze told me that. He goes, it's not.
Oh, we're name dropping Nate Bargatze. Pick it up. Thank you.
It's not real life. I mean, when I sit here in this 2-screen presentation with a virtual ear of corn, I'm reminding myself, this isn't real life.
Yeah, Chad, who you trying to convince, sweetie? Me or you?
Real life. And it isn't. I go and I kill in front of people, strangers who know
all two of
nothing
them.
about you or Kevin Brennan or Cumia or anybody.
And they don't know anything about you either. That's why they didn't clutch their credit cards.
Right. The reason they were so willy-nilly able to pay for drinks is because they don't know who you are.
With your off topic.
Wow.
do you fuck with Reddit much, or do you go on there?
Okay, so this is where it gets a little slow up until about the 17. What do I have here? 17:30.
Okay, so he made it a good 10 minutes. No, 13 minutes.
So they're 4 minutes in, Chad's already yelling at the ear of corn.
Okay.
We fast forward about 18 minutes, and the corn has been baking
Oh, no.
for quite some time. Here we go.
It's coming up with them on the spot because I got nothing, and I feel like I should have something there. So I'm gonna work on that. Maybe we'll meet again on that topic someday.
Look at how pissed he already looks. By the way, he's starting to look like either a lesbian gym teacher or like a teacher who's transitioning. There's like a weird postmenopausal woman look that he's starting to develop. I think it's the glasses.
All
But
right,
he is starting to look like an angry butch lesbian.
Chad, it's time for you to pick a lane. You're either going to grow a beard or be a beard. Which is it?
Your choice. We don't care, quite frankly.
You are
which
a
one
mud
it
shark.
is. Hey!
Live videos. Why take them down after you stream off of YouTube?
Can I answer that before Chad does? Because Chad realizes that he sounds like a blithering psychopathic retard, and he doesn't want any record of it going up, because then the rest of the internet will be able to pick it apart and make fun of him. Notice, Chad, none of the rest of us do that. And we don't really seem to have a problem with that. And we have way bigger audiences than you do. You're the only one who worries about taking things down so that people can't make fun of you. Again, this is maybe a you problem, Chad.
Also, spoiler alert, the taking him down thing didn't help.
No.
Still doing it.
People are clipping them anyways, right?
Don't know, don't watch, don't care.
Okay. All right. I understand. But what's the purpose of taking them down after you stream them? I'm curious.
Because everyone on the internet's a fucking douchebag. You're losers. You're anonymous. And
But you don't
who
care.
knows what they're going to do with it? So I just take it down.
Yeah, but you don't
But
care.
but if you don't care, then you leave it up. You get your views, you get your subs. Remember, he said this year he's trying at YouTube. Mm-hmm. So I think he started the year at like 2,200 subscribers.
Okay.
After this interview, remind me to check. We'll see how he's doing with his trying.
All right.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I look for videos to make edits of, and
Yeah.
they look goofy. They're
So I have nothing. And the thing with Stuttering John, he's a doofus for sure, but you can make anyone look stupid with that stuff. And that's what they do. So
So
No,
why
you
don't
can't. Then why are the only ones we've seemed to have a lot of success with you and John? He really doesn't like that John comparison. That fucking bugs the shit out of him. Because I think he deep down sees the resemblance and he knows he's falling into a lot of the pitfalls that John fell into.
Hey, it's Stuttering Chad.
It's Stuttering Chad.
I'll take it down. Fuck off. I don't care.
You can't say I'm taking it down, fuck off, and then
don't
say
care.
I don't care.
It seems like you do care. Plus, if you're trying at YouTube, taking them down, counterproductive, my friend.
Yeah.
okay.
Follow up.
He's being a dick. He's being a cunt to the ear of corn. It's my favorite part. No specific answer is my favorite. It's just him being a cunt to the corn.
At every turn.
Yes. Let me see my my next timestamp here. I got 20 minutes even.
All right, so a minute and a half from now
is the next one. So a minute and a half later, here comes the ear of corn again to try and humanize Chad Zumock.
Problem.
That's fun though, right?
I mean, to a certain degree, but at the end of the day, I'd rather do other things. Like, I'm having a great life outside of this. I don't need to do this. I'm trying to be a part of it. And people are like, well, why do you keep doing it? Because I never made it. Bert Kreischer made it. He made $25 million touring last year. $25 million touring last year. I never made it. But you guys come at me like the psychopaths that you are. Like I made it, but I didn't make it. So
we come at you like the idiot who doesn't realize you didn't make it and you're not going to. That's what we're coming at you like. You're the one with this whole made it thing. The Florida's greatest comedian is coming out of your house. We're the ones saying,
Chad, you can't talk about how you're killing. The insecurity is raging inside of you, son. You can't say I'm killing it, I'm doing great, and then say I've never made it. It's one or the other, because you can't do the poor me, I never made it and you guys were picking on me. That's the tact he's taking now. But then whenever we beat the shit out of him, he goes, I'm killing it, I'm the best I've ever been. And he yells it in a way that makes you go, who you trying to convince, Chad? And now you've spiraled so far down, and I'm sorry because I know it was my doing. You've spiraled so far down that you're yelling
At a corn cob.
at a corn cob.
Continue to do this so I can pay my bills. I put myself in a bad position. I love doing stand-up. I love writing the joke and performing it. I
Just not
signed
any
up for
good at it.
Somebody's got to.
this to talk to Corn. This is stupid. This is retarded.
Then again,
No disrespect
what are your
to
other
Corndiff,
options?
But literally, I'm
None taken.
talking to Corn on
None
the
taken.
internet. Did George Carlin want to do this? Did Richard Pryor want to do
How fucking dare you?
They were talented, first of all, fuckface.
First of all, you're not even Dennis Blair, who was George Carlin's shitty opener for years and years. So don't you dare. You can't jump over Dennis Blair to all of a sudden. No, Carlin didn't do interviews with Ears of Corn. You know why?
Because he was good.
Because Carlin was really good and successful. You're not. The you're talking to a Corn thing is kind of a hint. You want to leave the game. You want to be done with this so you can make a real living doing something else, but you can't because otherwise you'd see that as Karl and I winning. Meanwhile, Karl and I wouldn't give a shit if you existed or not. We'd either make fun of you or we find somebody else to make fun of.
Spoiler alert, Chad. If you went away tomorrow and just didn't go back on the internet, we will continue.
We'll be fine.
to Corn on the internet? Nobody wanted. I just wanted to write jokes and tell them on stage, and now I'm fucking stuck talking to Corn because I signed up for this bullshit.
Oh, no. See, Chad is too emotionally uncultured to not let the veil slip every once in a while, and that was a very overt veil slip.
Chad,
that's a sad one. You know how I always say we get to the points in the Chad videos where it's like, okay, now this is sad?
Yeah.
That was sad, Chad.
Well, I'm going to say this right now, Chad, just because I've been doing a lot of self-respect, introflexion, whatever. Fancy words. Point
Introspection,
is,
it's fine.
You know, things with stuff that are super gay sounding.
Yeah.
But my therapist always told me is certain moments like this, sounds like that was a part of you that you needed to hear, not me.
Right. Yes, that's exactly what it is, because you should be having fun with the ear of corn.
You should be having fun. You're killing it. You're on your show thing at a comedy condo, killing it with some corn. Have a ball.
You've got cum-filled sheets that aren't your own, sheets or cum. You're doing shows above a steakhouse for 15 people. Life is rad, bro. Quit yelling at poor Corndiff. You're scaring him. Look
Hell,
at his
you bring
eyes.
the heat anymore to this, and you're going to pop that corn.
You're going to have an Orville Redenbacher situation. Can we please get somebody to make the Children of the Corn poster, but it's Chad of the Corn?
Chad of the corn.
And it's Chad's face and then Corndiff coming up through the rows?
Yeah.
Please.
Go ahead. Next question.
He's getting bitchy with the corn.
And
What does
the
it feel
corn is
like to have
loving it.
come this far and arrived where you're at today?
Served him that one.
God bless you, Corndiff. That was beautiful.
Right nowhere. I'm in a fucking condo in Cocoa Beach waiting for my fucking show talking to Corn. I've arrived nowhere. I've gone downhill.
Yep.
I was at my happiest when I graduated from college as a general studies major.
Oh, no. Chad, this is why I don't understand why you fight with all of us. You're just repeating what we said about you. Chad, stop struggling, sweetheart. We figured you out. We got you. Stop struggling. It's over. This is who you are now. You're my bitch. You're a lol cow. You talk to Corn and you yell at the corn. This is the best you can do, Chad. And now you're sitting here saying all the things about yourself that we've said about you that you've resisted and fought for so long. Let it go, champ.
Also,
let it go.
Don't go out there and sit there and say, "Oh, I really love comedy. I really love writing jokes. I was at my happiest when I graduated college." That has nothing to do with your comedy career.
And don't sit there and compare Bert Kreischer. As much as I think Bert Kreischer is a try-hard douche,
Yeah.
he is, and I don't like Bert Kreischer. He's miles funnier than Chad Zumock. He has earned that $25 million a lot more than you've earned $25. Put it that way.
Now I'm
You feel
fucking
like-
here.
Do you feel like you push people away, though, that want to be your fans?
Who gives a fuck? You're not my friends. You're
But
none of
isn't
you.
that... But
I
isn't
have
that...
friends in real life.
Isn't that...
The internet's not real life.
Who
I
are
don't
we
give a
trying to
fuck if you
convince?
like me online.
Stop yelling at the ear of corn and be respectful for fuck's sake.
Also, you didn't hear him. He said fans, not friends, and you scared any of them you hope to have off with this little argument. So
Yeah, he didn't say friends. He said fans.
We know you don't have friends.
Is this his worst look yet? It's
so
up
far,
there.
it's the worst one I've seen.
Yeah.
I have real life friends. I talk to them. I call them. I don't need some fucking loser on Reddit to be my friend. I don't need a guy who's
Look at Corndiff's face.
He's like, I didn't even.
It's like, bro, I just asked you if you thought you push away fans by being a total douchebag. I don't need friends, all right? I have friends. I don't need a guy on Reddit to be my friend. What was the thing your therapist said?
Sometimes sometimes when you say things, you're the one who needs to hear them.
Yeah.
dressing up as corn to be my friend. I'm good.
But isn't that part of the
No.
You were saying you haven't made it yet, but
Yes, because I don't know how to do it. I don't have it in me. I'll never make.
Stop interrupting the ear. Stop interrupting the ear of corn and let the ear of corn speak.
But he's about to give away the game.
Yeah, I know. I got to go back. I just thought it was funny that he kept interrupting the fucking corn.
Yeah, but
yes, because I don't know how to do it. I don't have it in me. I'll never make it. I'll never make it. It's not happening because I don't play ball. I'm not.
No. You're not funny. There's a big difference. You could play ball all you wanted, Chad. You'd still live in somebody else's home.
And by the way, it's not like you resist playing ball and then you had a chance, but you have to play ball. No, you haven't had a chance. Nobody wants you to play ball.
I don't answer my front door. Don't worry. Nobody's knocking.
I don't kiss ass. I don't suck up the corn and pretend like, oh, you're the best. You're awesome. You're the greatest.
I never said Corndiff is the best. He's just better than you.
Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. After this interview, I'll never talk to you again.
Wow.
It's that simple.
Wow, way to make a decision about a friendship on your whole life. Just out of the hip right there.
Absolute cunt to Corndiff for no reason.
Hey, man, with a little bit of butter, he's pretty good.
Wait a minute. He agreed to do the interview.
Yeah.
It's not like Corndiff
Nobody
tied
forced
him
him to be here. That's what I love about it. He's acting like a hostage. Like, and I got to do this fucking shit because my producer and my manager. No, you don't have those.
You don't have either of those things. All right, I got 2 more clips here, and I think we can get through them in the next 4 minutes. This next one is more shouting at the corn.
Past or present, who would you consider your greatest mentor?
Off the cuff, Jim Florentine, Daniel Tosh, and
Daniel Tosh doesn't
Godfrey.
know who you are.
I feel like a piece of shit. I'm not familiar with Godfrey. I need to do some research on him. I will work on that. Definitely Florentine. Love Florentine.
Look at how angry he looked. Look at how you're supposed to be having fun with the ear of corn, and you just look hostile and bitter. You look like your mugshot, only 30 years older.
How long have you known Florentine?
I mean, almost 20 years at this point.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was 23:45 was the timestamp. I
a little high, but not worth it. It's like that's a lot of time. I'm a little high, but that's a lot of time. To just kind of brush off like that. So, do you really want to spend it all in Florida? Okay. What goals are
Look at how fucking mad he is at the goddamn corn.
you pursuing right now, and how do you plan to achieve that?
I'm just trying to live the healthiest, happiest life of the age of 48 that I can, and that's it.
Oof.
Wrong. You are.
Now we got a little sauce coming from the cob.
He's a little cream corn right now.
Oh.
Well, Corndiff has probably had it with this guy being a cunt when he's just trying to have some fun with him. So he's like, wrong.
And again, nobody made you come here there, buddy.
Working to have 200 patrons by the end of March.
True?
Not going to happen.
I want that too.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What would it take? Now this is dreaming, just crazy shit here. What would it take for you and Carla to squash the beef and move on?
You talking about Karl from Who Are These Podcasts?
Yeah.
I don't like him. I think he's terrible. So there's no
interest.
I mean, in fairness, the feeling is mutual.
None.
I don't like him. I think he's terrible. And he has like 5 times the viewers. Again, it's really weird how you hate all these people and you're like, oh, I'm just not successful because I don't play the game. And they didn't play a game.
Right. They didn't play a game.
They just got
did
successful.
A show. Right.
If I ever...
Chad has a hard time understanding that everybody's better than him. That's what he's struggling with. Karl has a more popular show than ours for two reasons. One, we're still growing, and I'm sure he is too. But also, he puts a lot of fucking work into his show, and he does a really good job, and it's elaborate. Even just going on that show, you have to do your homework. So there's a reason, you put in what you end up getting out of it.
There's no like, hey, man, we were just joking around. No, we weren't. So go fuck yourself.
Oh.
You Cumia suck up.
I like Cumia. I mean,
Cumia suck up. I like Cumia.
Corndiff is alpha mailing Chad right now because he's fucking had it with this welfare case screaming at him. When
And he's not even
hero
trying.
porn.
He's effortlessly doing it.
He's a douche.
well, you gave him a 2. I mean, that's not a 0. You still somewhat like him.
Well, he's I gotta respect that he's he did really good stuff in broadcast and he is funny, but he's a douche. He still wants to like be relevant. I'm like, go away.
So do you.
Yeah, right.
So do all of us.
What a piece of shit. He does a show and he wants to be relevant. Cumia's an asshole.
Oh my God, these people on the internet trying to attract an audience. They want to be like, I don't know, up front, like they have something to say.
Chad also said about Cumia, we got to get to our last timestamp here. He said about Cumia that if I was his age, I would just retire. I'm like, oh, so you don't love what you do. If you had enough money and you were old, you'd just quit. That's nice.
I mean, if I was financially secure, I'd just do shows out of my house all the goddamn time. That's why I have the setup the way I do in my house.
This is the last timestamp we have. By the way, MidlandArmory.com. Use the promo code SteelToe.
Yeah,
When you want to shoot yourself in the foot like Chad.
Yes.
I said, now you have a bike. You go on rides, walks,
Exercise.
drink water. Exercise.
Water. Yeah.
Like from the toilet?
Those are 2 great ones. It's supposed to be a winning combo. I think you're going to do well.
It says on your chart that you're fucked up.
Oh, he's flicking him off. Oh. Or is
Have
that
you
good
ever?
intentional?
I don't even give a fuck about music. A concert that you'll never forget. Why did I even put that on here? You give a shit about that? Do you have any concerts you want?
Look at how pissed he is.
I went to a Dixie Chicks concert, but that was the worst.
Rage Against the Machine opened for Cypress Hill at the Agora in Cleveland, and they blew Cypress Hill out of the water.
You're
Cypress
young.
Hill couldn't follow them. This was 1992.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh fuck!
1992.
Corndiff goes, oh, fuck, you're
I
old.
was 10 years old.
So
That would have been amazing to see.
yeah, like they had to bring Rage back out. That's how good they were. Like that's how amazing the situation was, and that was the best concert I've ever seen.
Holy shit!
Look at how sad he looks.
Yeah, because he realized the best concert he'd ever seen was in
Wow, that was
1990.
in kindergarten.
Is he going to cry?
Corndiff goes, I was in kindergarten.
Dude, is he going to cry?
I think so. All the time.
Good stuff. What purchase has most positively impacted your life in the last 6 months?
Well, he can't say that bottle because you didn't pay for it.
A bed.
Microphone. Your bed.
Bought a bed. Great bed.
Good mattress.
So pissed.
Yeah, it was over $1,000.
Memory foam.
Yeah, it
Was what?
fucking awesome. Yeah,
It's an awesome bed. I fold it out from a couch.
yeah.
I do my show on it.
So everyone fails. How has a failure or an apparent failure set you up for success later?
the
Do
last
you have
question
a
we'll do.
favorite failure?
I don't know.
Credit cards?
I can't really
Drunk
answer
driving?
that. I don't have a
Fired from your radio
real
job?
answer for that. Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, by the way,
wanted
that's
to record
very
the show.
that's very telling. What failures set you up to be better than you were before? And he goes, I don't really have an answer for that. That is Chad's biggest problem.
I can answer that one really quickly.
Go ahead.
My suicide attempt.
There you go.
It was the lowest point in my life. I'm deeply regretful of it, but everything turned around after that.
I can say
Met his ass.
yeah, I can say getting having the radio thing blow up.
Kind of the
way
same
it
thing
did.
in a different way.
Yeah, radio thing blow up in
A
the
low
same way.
moment, and you found a way up.
Yep.
If you could have a giant bill,
All right, that was it. Okay, that's about.
If you could have a giant billboard, it still wouldn't have a top lip.
Oh boy. So,
Still wouldn't have a top lip.
so there you go. There's Chad Zumock yelling at a piece of corn.